So evening, my loves. Just taking a moment to just rest on your mat however you want to, choosing whether you want to be seated or lying down. And this evening we will do hammock. So if you've got a yoga strap handy, we'll come to that a little bit later on. But just for now, just lie back or sit. Start to tune into your body. Start to notice how you're feeling, physically and emotionally. And maybe take a nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. And just watch those shoulders drop a little bit as you do that. Just releasing the tension from your day. Notice if your face is really tight as well, with muscular tension. It's quite amazing how much tightness we hold without really even being very aware. It's very habitual. And even when we do relax, it can be moments later that you'll check back in and the tension has just crept its way back in again. So have a moment to ground, root down, centre yourself. Maybe just notice the mind just becoming a little quieter. Perhaps as you follow the breath, you can just be in this moment a little bit more. And then everything just comes a little bit closer in. We're focused on ourselves. Just be aware if there's anything that you need from your practice this evening. Especially if there's a certain pose that we're going to do that you know is really beneficial, we can tune into how that really feels deep within. Whether it's physical or actually sort of an emotional thing, sometimes certain poses can feel very supportive. So we'll come to our meditation to start in a moment. If you're lying down, take your time, but just have a nice full body stretch. Take the arms overhead. And then when you feel ready, you can just draw knees in, have a lovely rock. Take your time. This is the time to really feel the back. This might be the first time you've actually had the opportunity to lie down. Nice stretch through the spine. And then when you're ready, you can just roll up. This time of year, it might be nice if you want to put a little blanket over your shoulders. We'll sit for 5 minutes or about that. That's usually what we do. So maybe just something over the shoulders. It can make you feel warm but sort of cozy and comfortable and supported. Help you relax more into your meditation practice when you're not thinking about the temperature around you or feeling uncomfortable in any way. So this evening, I think we will just have some quiet time. No counting, no mantra, literally we'll just follow the breath. Admittedly, sometimes when we do this, the mind will wander more because there's nothing to concentrate on. But that's fine, just be with the practice. If the mind is busy, then it is what it is. But all I'd say is just come back to the breath whenever you really feel like you're going off onto a thread or a tangent, and just to see how long you can sit with being in the moment, which is all that we're doing when we're meditating. So I will start the timer for around 5 minutes or so. We can rest our hands to Dhyana Mudra. Let our eyelids close, let our body soften and relax. Relax through your face as well and your jaw. And then we'll just begin, so following your breath, being in the moment. Relax your arms and shoulders. Following your breath. Just being the witness of your thoughts. And we'll just take one more breath and then gently come back. How did it feel? On purpose, I didn't want to say too much. I wanted that to just be a meditation which sort of just sank into the practice, and maybe you notice if the mind wasn't too busy that the brain waves do kind of slow down and there's a really different feeling. It's just something to notice. So anyway, we're going to start with Swan as our first pose. So a nice deep stretch, but please use as many props as you want to this evening. Certainly, I always like to have a little cushion under the buttocks. So we'll start with bringing the right knee forwards, and then the right foot just rests in front of the left thigh, bringing in that cushion just to sort of support under the buttock. It sort of also stops us rolling to the right hand side as well. And then a nice upright swan to start with. Lets us get used to the feeling of the stretch here, and a very gentle lumbar curve. We can have a nice sort of length through our spine to start with. Check in with your breath, noticing if it feels shallow. This is quite stimulating on the arms as well, the heart and lung and the large and small intestine. And then whenever you feel you want to, you can come down onto your elbows or bring the arms forward and forehead down. And if you have got a block and you want to rest the head, just for some added support there, you can do. Feeling the stretch start to develop in the right buttock and thigh. And just noticing if you're tense in the abdomen. Checking in with whether the shoulders are creeping up to the ears or whether you can drop them and relax here. Noticing if there's any tightness in the sides of your waist. If you want to change the position of the block for the head, you can do. But if at any time you need to come out of the pose, please exit, just adjust or rest. So how does this pose feel this evening? Is it a welcome stretch? Is it challenging? So let's just take one more breath. And gently lifting up. Let's lie back. And just enjoy lying back. Take your time. Releasing that compression in the right leg feels lovely. And a real opportunity to just follow where the chi starts to flow. So as you relax through the whole back of your body, just starting to feel the tingliness or the cool temperatures in certain parts of the leg, the inner thigh, around the inner knee. Perhaps somewhere in the abdomen. And just still relaxing. It might take a little while to relax all the way through your back. And then when you're ready, let's bring the knees in. Nice and slowly, just feeling the difference from one side of the body to the other. Have a nice rock around. And then slowly rolling up. Again, take your time coming into the other side. We'll bend into the right left knee, right leg extended. And then using whatever props were helpful before. And just being curious, is it going to feel the same this side, or is there going to be a real difference in the sensation? Taking some deep belly breaths. And then anytime you want to, as before, just coming onto elbows or lowering to whatever level is comfortable for you. Let the head relax if you want to, or you can use a block. As you come down though, onto the belly, just noticing if you do tighten up here. Deep breaths. And if you are relaxing your head forward, just trying to relax any tension in the neck. Let the head be heavy. Soften the face. How does the pose feel? Noticing your thoughts and emotions while you're here. And also just aware of whether you can soften into this pose a bit more deeply. Where are you noticing the stretch the most? Is it buttock or outer thigh, inner thigh? Deep stretch around the knee. So let's just take one more breath. Slowly coming out, lifting up. And then we'll release out. Feeling that lovely rush of fluids and energy through your body. Some poses you'll really enjoy the after effects more than others. So just whilst you're here, relaxing, just feeling, does it feel good? Does it feel refreshing through your body? And again, just to follow the prana, the chi, as it moves. Are you relaxed through your back? Or are you holding a structure to the pose? So just as everything fades away, we'll bring the knees in and enjoy another rock. Bringing the head up if you want to. Lovely stretch to the back. So the next pose we're going to come into is a twist, cat's tail. So if you bring yourself so you're lying on your right hand side, if you've got a pillow or a cushion to hand, I always like that to support the head. So if you were using one before, just grab that. So otherwise, we begin lying on the right hand side. Bring the left leg over, and then the knee kind of rests more or less in line with the hip. You've got a free left hand. See if you can grab your right foot. So opposite hand to foot. And then when you're ready, just start to roll that left shoulder back. If you haven't got anything to support you with a cushion, then you can use your right hand to sort of cradle the head or the neck, just so that you're not too tense here. Whatever feels right for you. But this is a lovely twist. You also get a nice stretch through your quad muscle. And then just as you feel ready, as the stretch develops, you can keep rolling that left shoulder back. Nice deep breaths. Try and relax your buttocks. Sometimes they start off tense in the lower back and the waist. Sometimes this is quite nice for the shoulders, the tops of the shoulders and around the neck, especially if people hold a lot of tension here. You just get to really enjoy a long stretch. Enjoying the deep breath. And as you breathe, you can just become a little bit more conscious of where the breath moves through your body, through the belly, through the chest and the rib cage. Which parts of the body feel that they open up more? How does this pose feel this evening? It's a lovely pose to help with any imbalance in your solar plexus. Encourages balance into your gallbladder. So just noticing if there's any more room for movement here. And if you do move further into it, just making sure you relax again. Sometimes we tense up after we've moved into it further. So one more breath. And then just roll back to your right hand side, release your foot. And then in your own way, nice and slowly, just coming onto your back. And just having these few moments to explore and feel and notice where your energy is moving in your body. How different does the right side of your body feel from your left? Just checking in through your spine, how that feels after the twist. And then we'll bring knees in. Right one, then left one. Do them gently so that you can support the lower back as you draw knees in. And a nice rock. And then when you're ready, roll up. And we'll come onto the left side. So either rolling over or swiveling to the other side and then coming into the same pose. Use a pillow again. It really does support your head a bit more. So this time drawing the right knee over. Right hand grabs your left foot if you can. Don't worry if you can't. It really doesn't matter. It's just a nice added part to this position. And then just rolling back. If when you come onto your side you're a little bit tender on the hip, please always put down maybe another blanket down to support the side of you. There's lots of ways we can get quite comfortable in this pose. And then when you're ready, just rolling back. Have a nice sort of loose grip on your foot if you're holding your foot. Nothing too tight. And then relax the head and neck. This is definitely a pose when you can still hold a bit of tension here. Deep breath, long sigh, and relax. Great for your digestive system, so if you start to hear your tummy rumble, then that's quite normal. Keep checking in to see if you're really holding tension in your head and neck. So how does this side feel? Is it different? Or is it similar? As you breathe, notice where the breath goes. Be aware of any twinginess that you do feel in your spine and just sort of pull back if you need to, or adjust. But if it feels good, you can just continue to sort of play with the idea of rolling that right shoulder back more. Check in with whether there's any tension in the leg and the foot that you're holding. Just trying to let that leg become heavy. And notice your thoughts. Let's take one more breath. And releasing your foot. Bringing your arm over. And then relaxing back on your mat. Just as you lie here, notice if that's a pose you actually quite enjoyed this evening, whether you can feel quite a lovely sort of fresh feeling down the sides of your body, whether it feels comfortable in the digestive system and lower back. Perhaps through the neck and the shoulders it feels a little bit more open. Each time will probably feel a little different. And so let's draw the knees in. Gradually take a nice rock. And then we're going to come into our final pose, which is a two-sided pose of a hammock. So this is where you'll need your yoga strap. So you can sort of stay lying down if you have your strap to hand. And we'll start with the right side. Popping the strap around the ball of the foot, lifting the head gently, just place it down around the base of the skull, the occipital ridge, not the neck, so it's above the neck, and the tops of the straps will probably, the strap will probably cover the tops of your ears. So you can either have your left leg bent or you can extend it along the mat, whatever feels quite comfortable for you. And we'll rest in this lovely hammock pose. You don't have to have your right leg straight. It can have a lovely generous bend, depending on how you feel through your hamstrings and calf muscles. And the lovely thing about this pose is that you can play. By pushing into the foot, you can just enjoy a very gentle stretch in the neck and upper back. And then if you relax the foot and let the head become heavy, you can feel that a little bit more through the back of your leg. And then just sort of gently resting in between or moving into those two poses throughout this practice. It's up to you. Just trying to relax as much as you can. This is lovely, having the leg elevated, so partial inversion, great for the fluids in your legs to drain. And just every now and then you can just explore the push into the foot or the heaviness of the head. How do you feel? Just inquire whether your abdomen becomes tight, whether the breath is very shallow and half full. And just deep into the belly. So towards the end of this pose, it's always nice to just maybe, if you want to, you don't have to, you can stay where you are, but if you want to unhook from the head, hold on to your strap and just enjoy a sort of gentle bit of movement. It's nice to just swing the leg out to the side. The leg is held with the strap. Feel that lovely stretch on the inner leg, inner thigh. And then just slowly moving your leg wherever you want to, feeling all the different sensations. Where you're able to straighten, where you need to bend your knee. Lovely moment of being very aware of your body and very in tune with all the sensations you feel. And then gently we'll just lower the leg down. If you want to just swap your feet over while you have control of the strap, then you can. But still have a moment just relaxing back. Just feel the after effects. Lovely stretch in the hamstring and behind the knee and your calf muscle. You might also feel coolness or the chi movement in the lower abdominal area or chest. And then just as that all fades away, let's explore the other side. So hopefully you've got your strap already around your foot. Popping it again round the base of the skull, making sure it's not on the neck. And then we can come into the left side. Again, you can have your right knee bent or leg stretched out, whatever feels better for you. And you might find that there's a real difference in your leg, especially if one leg has got tighter muscles than the other. So just explore. Nice deep breath, relaxing buttocks, belly, shoulders. Noticing any difference this side, whether there's more restriction or if it's more flexible. Remembering just to relax your abdominal muscles. And then gradually any real tightness that you felt initially, you may be starting to ease and soften. Play with either the little push into the foot or allowing the head to be heavy. This is a lovely pose that activates your throat chakra as well because of the position of the head and neck. So if you want to unhook, you can. Just take some time with some gentle movement. You can rest the head back. Sometimes it's when you get to do a little bit of movement here, you can really feel the difference from one side to the other. What mobility you have, where it's tight. And again, just those few moments where you're quite at one with your body, very in tune with each slight movement and a different sensation. So just gently when you're ready, just lower your foot down. You can unhook out of your strap and just have a few moments resting here, taking in whatever sensations you feel. Relax. And it's when we come to stillness that we can really feel the movement of chi around the body. So when you're ready, bring the knees in. Have a nice hug and a rock. We're going to come into relaxation now, so choosing if you want to stay lying down with a lovely blanket or come up to seated. Just making sure that you're nice and cozy. So as the evenings draw in at this time of year, the dark nights, making us want to feel more cozy indoors, I'd like you to imagine that you can sit somewhere, maybe this is your house, or you can imagine just somewhere else, maybe sitting on a veranda or a balcony somewhere, cozy, comfortable in a chair with blankets. But this particular evening is a clear night with a giant full moon. And it's so bright. It's mesmerizing. Perhaps you can see yourself in a very comfortable rocking chair, lots of cushions and a footstool. And you're out maybe on a veranda. No other lights around you, no other light pollution. This just allows you to see this full moon and all the stars. There's no clouds, it's so clear. The full moon has mesmerized people for years. So just take some time in your mind's eye to conjure up this scene and just gazing at this full moon. Maybe there is a haze around it or a halo. Can you hear any owls hooting in the darkness? Maybe there's a little breeze through the trees as you just listen to the night life. There's a freshness to the air that you breathe. And the lunar moon connecting with all of our feminine sides has a deeply calming effect. Opening up your intuition and your inner knowledge. So just have some time now, allow your mind to expand. Draw in any divine downloads or solutions or ideas that want to come. as you have a few more moments resting in this lovely essence of the full moon. Maybe just saying an affirmation to yourself that any dreams that you have tonight will be remembered. Maybe the answers or solutions to something that's a quandary for you. Or the dream will be remembered as some sort of guidance in life. Dreams can be very powerful for guiding us, or helping us to understand our intuition. So welcome any dreams. Have a piece of paper by your bed so that you can write it down within the first few seconds of waking, because naturally the amnesia comes and we forget the elements. Dream recall can be something that we work on, train ourselves. So just take a deep breath, maybe a long sigh. Check in with how you're feeling now after your practice. Which parts of the body feel a bit more eased, or relieved in some way? And then in your own time, just begin to stretch and move. Feeling good, better than before. And then when you're ready, you can just roll up. Take your time. We'll have another moment just to reground our energy roots into the earth. And then we can bring hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.